actually really nice the last few days, so I've been doing a lot of cleanup. And I'm putting the pumpkins out. They've been hiding in the greenhouse so that they don't freeze for a while now, and it's to the point where if I don't put them out, they're not ever going to go out, and then what's the point, right? I think maybe we'll carve some this weekend. They can just get mushy. If I can keep the chickens away from most of them, that would be good. Anyway, we had some pretty cold weather for a while there, and it was getting a little scary as far as it was going to be winter. But we have the reprieve that usually happens. So I'm out getting the outside stuff done, getting hoses put away, stuff like that. That stuff I don't want to do when it gets cold. Leaving the cleaning the chicken coop for last, since that you'll work up a sweat anyway, so I can do that when it's colder. But right now, putting the pumpkins out. I got my pumpkins out. I actually got my Christmas lights up, most of them. So yay for that. And I'm just tooling around on the golf cart right now. I was putting away pots off the step. Got the newly planted trees watered up one more time. Same with the pears in the backyard. This one I actually a little overfilled that, but I think we've got a few more days of nice weather, so that should drain just fine. Watered the apple trees a little bit. Procrastinating on the carrots, and I want to put straw over the strawberries and cover that so the deer stay out. I pulled up the ground cloth. Let's see here. So I wasn't sure if I was going to do it or not. Find a non-windy spot here. Anyway, so I pulled it all up. It looks pretty good underneath. There's like very few live things growing. So did good keeping the weeds down. It's a little dry. That's to be expected. The kids got in here and started digging for fun. I haven't pulled out the corn stalks yet. I think I'm going to leave all this stuff for the winter. I'm leaving the sunflowers, so I actually had to cut the cloth around those because I want to leave those for the birds. Yeah, so got the decorations put away, like the garden gnomes and things like that. Nice big collection of milkweed there, if anybody needs any. I'm going to leave all this stuff, lots of seeds. I don't know if the birds eat these hollyhock seeds. I really hope that they do, because I do not need this many volunteer hollyhocks, because I have plenty of them. Anyway, lots of seeds for the birds to eat in here. This bed needs to be fixed, so I'm not going to do anything with this bed this fall. I'm not really sure what we're going to end up doing, if we take the whole thing apart, or if we can. I got a few more beans left to pick out, then I'll chop this down and till it in. Got some dill seed, hopefully that'll take next year. I did end up getting both of the pumpkin patches tilled up. And I'm going to plant the garlic here when it gets a little bit colder. A couple rows, I don't know, 2, 3, 4, maybe 4 rows down the middle of each. I've got a lot of garlic. I'll have to break it up and see how many I have. I'm probably going to leave all this stuff on here just for whatever. I noticed my second string of lights here was not lighting up very much, and I don't know if it's just not getting enough sun or if it's on its last leg. But so I think I walked through the yard the other day, and I like to use Siri to make my lists. So I went through and just made a list of all the things I wanted to get done. I cleaned up a little bit in here, needs a lot more cleaning up. So hopefully we can do a little more work in here this fall, maybe when harvest is done. I don't know. Box of garbage. There's the stuff I picked up. I gotta block those holes up in the top, and I don't know, we need a new piece of wood. We never got around to doing the windows yet. Started this situation, but that has not gotten too far yet. Yeah, and then the back, picked up all the decorations. I've got a lot of piles of like garbage I need to get into this is like tomatoes and stuff, so I can throw this in the mulch, the compost. Any of my stuff from the pumpkin patch, I'm just going to burn because of squash vine borers. I will probably get the garlic in and then mulch with old straw from the chicken coop, which I have in a pile in the back from last year. So that should be broke down at least a bit. This is probably just going to stay as is until spring. Gives the chickens something to dig in, and the kids apparently. But yeah, just kind of enjoying the last few days of nice weather. I've got Christmas lights out here that I'm seeing if they work before I put them up. I figured since I got my Christmas lights up, that means it isn't going to snow for a month or so at least, right? We got this field, this bean field's already been fertilized and dug. And I think our other fields are done being harvested. I don't know if they've got those dug yet. I got all the heated water dishes out for everybody. Put that, get a little more sun here. So yeah, it is definitely a nice day. Got a few more minutes until I gotta go do something else. I got my watering cans filled because I put all the hoses away. Filled up the watering cans so I have something to put on the garlic when I get that done. Cleaned out the fairy garden, got all the little decorations out of there, washed the windows of the chicken coop so you can actually see through them. And the chickens are taking a bath in the shed. Hang on. There they are, having a little bath. Where their man looks on, keeps guard. Except I was going to drive in there, so. Oh, cat. I guess I'll let them be. Ooh, look at that. Getting a little suntan. So far, this rooster has turned out to be nice. I will reserve my full judgment until spring to see if he's going to manage to not attack everything that moves. He has a lot of ladies to keep him busy, so I'm hoping that makes a difference. My last rooster only had 3 ladies, so this rooster has 12 ladies. So I'm really hoping that keeps him a little more mellow, because he keeps an eye on everybody, and I kind of really love hearing him crow in the morning. It's always so windy around here. We don't do too much with our leaves. Maybe run through and mulch with the mower. They're making a big pile for the kids to play in. Unfortunately, a lot of the leaves are on top of dirt. I got this little garden shed picked up so we can put the snowblower in there so it's easy to get to. A lot of this stuff I'm just going to leave. I should cut back some of these irises, to tell you the truth. I really need to divide them, but I keep saying someday. Someday. I did put a few more cages. So I've been putting cages around some of my plants back here because the chickens and the cats like to just kind of sit inside of them, especially these daylilies, and they just flatten them out and it looks horrible. So my thought was that if I had these caged, they wouldn't get in there as easily. This one clearly needs a better cage. But you can see how flat it is. Obviously, it's mostly dead, but that needs to be cut back also. And then it also makes it so I know where the plants are in the spring. If I'm going to weed or anything, I can try not to yank out something that was meant to be a plant. But I do have a few more. The iris is kind of spread a lot, so it's hard to figure out like where exactly to cage. I think I'll put these inside. I wasn't gonna, but I'll put it there for now so I don't forget. Chicken coop windows, you can actually see through them for once. Now that they're closed, chickens can't sit on them. And there's Remy. Remy's got her heated water dish ready to go. Remy, you're not supposed to jump. This is Remy. She's as big as me. And I got out half of the stuff earlier this year. I'll probably try to pull out the rest of it, refill it with more, probably for Saturday lime down. It's linoleum underneath here, which makes it really easy to clean. Love it. Ooh, I should sift that out and get some better sand in there for their dust bath. What else? For Saturday lime, then wood chips or shavings, whatever, and then a couple bales of straw helps keep it dry on the bottom, warm in here, and with 13 chickens this year, it should be pretty toasty. And if anybody would like to lay eggs in the nesting box, that would be great. Instead, they're going over here, so I guess I'm picking up eggs while I'm out here. But that is most of the stuff I need to get done before it snows. Hope everybody else is having a good fall, getting ready.